Hey, welcome back to Wine Moron Studios, or my kitchen. This evening, I wanted to try something again. I was curious, and that's really, what better reason to drink wine than to satisfy some kind of weird curiosity? This past weekend, I was at a winery with my wife and a friend, and we had got into a discussion about whether uh, the wines would lose their flavor after being open for a while. And my friend was saying that after a wine's open for a couple of days, it tastes so different she doesn't really like it much anymore. And I hadn't noticed. I usually will drink a glass or two from a bottle, and I put a cap on top of it like this right here, which isn't vacuum sealed or anything. It's really just a little cap that has a little twist to kind of keep it. Well, I don't know if it keeps it fresh, but it at least keeps things from it keeps dust from getting in the top of it. So I have this bottle here, which I had opened up on Sunday, and it is Thursday today. So this bottle's been open for a couple of days, and I've had some of it from here, and about three-quarters of the bottle is gone. So there's plenty of place for air in there, and I was just opened up another bottle of exactly the same thing, which, by the way, this is a Priest Ranch out of Napa Valley. Their Coach Gun 2013. It's a blend: 30% Cab Franc, 30% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Merlot, 15% Malbec, and 15% Petit Verdot, and 100% Yummy. Might be part of the reason why I have multiple bottles of exactly the same thing. So this has been open since Sunday, and I have just opened up, just before I started the video, I opened up and poured a glass of exactly the same vintage, exactly the same wine. In fact, I received both of these bottles in the same shipment from Napa back in December. So everything about these bottles is the same, everything about the wine is the same, except this bottle's been open for a few days, and this has been sitting on the table. Well, it's in a glass. It's not on the table. In a glass for a few minutes. So first I'll try the one that has been open for a few days, and then I'll switch over to the one that is the fresh, I guess, and see how much of a difference there is. Still has the same lovely bouquet that it had before. Full, rich flavor, and the has just enough tannin at the end to kind of dry out the mouth, and I do like that. And by the way, we are also discussing the different glasses that we use when we're enjoying wine at home, and I prefer the stemless. I know that some of the warmth from my hand will get into the wine, and that may change the character. But I'm not holding the glass very much. It's usually sitting next to me when I'm just sitting on a chair. So there's not a lot of warmth from my hand going in to try and change that will change the character of the wine. So I don't mind that. And frankly, these are really easy to go right into the dishwasher. And I really appreciate that. With the stem glasses that I have, when I use them, it's hand wash only, and it's more of a pain. All right, so I got a pretty good idea what the flavor was with that one. So switching over to the fresh, just opened. Okay, there's the fresh just opened has a very there is a difference with the bouquet. I mean, there's definitely a difference on the nose. It is much more full, much rich. I can really smell a difference there, and it's fun to go right back and forth. It's a good thing I use two different glasses so I don't get confused. But yeah, there's a little more punch to the bouquet, so maybe there'll be a little more punch to the flavor as well. Yeah, it's got a much, I want to say harsher, but harsh isn't probably the right word for it. But it's got a more of the tannin. Like, I guess being open, maybe it has softened the wine a little bit more. Now, I don't think it took away any of the flavor. I think that it's still, the flavor is pretty much the same. But what really is different, there is a very different finish at the end, which to me that's one of the things that I really prefer. I really enjoy about the wine is its finish, and I could see how it being open for a few days would change that. Now it's not changing it drastically. It is not. I would disagree with my friend there. I don't think that it's a huge difference between it, but I will agree with her. There is a difference. I guess that means. Now, I would wonder if there's like a certain number of days where it's open to where it would be a mark this much of a market difference. But I will agree there is a difference between the freshly opened and the open for a few days. Now, with both of them, like I said, they're both very good, and I will have no problem. This is not going down the drain. I am going to finish this glass. I'm going to finish what's left in this bottle. But maybe on that second bottle of wine that I just opened up tonight, maybe I'll make sure that gets finished before. Well, let's see. If it's Thursday, I don't want to wait another 4 days to finish that up. In order to be able to make a good comparison, I purposely set that bottle aside for a couple of days. I hope you've enjoyed this. I definitely have, and it was interesting to see. Like I said, we have to let our curiosity take us to where it takes us, and in this case, it takes me to finishing a bottle faster than leaving it for a couple of days. Well, okay, maybe a couple. Oh. Maybe a couple was okay. If I were to leave this for a week, I would see I could see where this would become. I guess it's almost like leaving a soda out and winds up being flat. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and I have only had this couple of sips of wine. You should see me once I've had most of the bottle. Maybe a later wine moron video. Let me know. Let me know if that's a good idea. Let me know what you think. So you know the deal. Subscribe, comment, all that. That's why you have that spaces down below. And hey, have fun.